Welcome to our video lesson on finding the area of composite figures. So what we're going to do is put together what we learned yesterday into something new today. Composite figures. Well, if you think of composite, it kind of sounds like combine. So we are combining figures or shapes. Shapes, so the definition of a composite figure are shapes that are composed or made up of several other shapes. Examples, this is like our bell practice. Almost like our bell practice, it's missing a part of the arrow, the triangle down here. But this is made up of two shapes. It's made up of a triangle and a rectangle. This one is like the challenge problem from yesterday. This is composed of two different rectangles. Alright, now let's talk about how to find the area of them. Finding the area of composite figures can be a little bit challenging, but my hope is that once you see how to do it, it'll be easy peasy. The first thing you're going to do is break the shape apart into rectangles and triangles. So if you have a complicated figure and you know how to find the area of a rectangle, well, let's just break it down into a whole bunch of different rectangles. We're going to add this right here, or decide what you're going to add and subtract. You can do that next. Look at your shape, what you need to add to it, what you need to subtract to it. For the most situations here, we're just going to be adding. We're going to add a step here. Find the area of each shape. And then we're going to solve it, or instead of writing solve, we're going to put combine. Then the last step, units, units, units. Please remember to put your units. Okay, let's do this. Our first example here. In our first example, it's helpful because they've already divided it up into shapes for us. If you look at this figure, we have a rectangle here. I'm going to call that rectangle 1. Another rectangle here, which I'm going to call 2. And another, and then a triangle over here, which I'm going to call shape 3. So we have breaking our shape apart into rectangles and triangles. Now we need to decide if we're going to add or subtract. To find the area of the whole shape, we're going to add all three together because they're all combined. So our area is equal to the area of figure 1 plus the area of figure 2 plus the area of figure 3. My next step is to solve for the area of each shape. So I'm going to start with number 1. Area of shape 1, which is, I'll highlight it over here, which is this rectangle here. So I'm finding the area of that rectangle. Well, I know my area for rectangles is equal to the length times the width. So for this rectangle, it tells me right here that my width is 2 and that my length is 3. So my area is equal to 3 times 2, which is equal to 6. Now I need my unit, so it's 6 inches squared. And I've done the area for shape number 1. Now let's do the area for shape 2. So area 2 equals, again, it's another rectangle, so it's going to be length times width. And our length here is 4 centimeters. It tells us that our width, it doesn't matter which one, is 4 down here, so I'm going to write 4. Oh. The hard thing now is to figure out what our width is. I'm going to erase some stuff over here to make it a little bit clearer. Okay, this is the line I'm talking about right here. We have to figure out how long that is. Well, if you look, they've given us enough information. I know that this part here, right here is 2 inches long from this here. And then it also tells me that this part is 3 inches long from right here. So that means that this whole length is 2 plus 3, or 5 inches in total. So I'm going to write 4 times 5. I know 4 times 5 is 20, so my area for my second rectangle is 20 inches squared. Alright, now it's time for our third shape, shape number 3 right here, our triangle. So area 3. This time is not equal to the length times the width. It's equal to the base times the height divided by 2. Our base is 5 inches long. And our height, okay, we need to figure out the length of this part right here. And it says over here that that side is equal to 3 inches. So I'm going to write 5 times 3 divided by 2. And 5 times 3 is 15 divided by 2. Now 15 divided by 2. If you can't do it in your head, do it on the side. But I know that's 7 5/10. And I need my units, so 7 5/10 inches squared. Now we're done step 2.5. Now we need to combine these back into our original formula. So our area for our whole shape is equal to area 1, which we found out is 6 inches squared, plus area 2, which we found out is 20 inches squared, plus area 3, which we know is 7 5/10 inches squared. Now we need to add them together. 6 plus 20 gives me 26, plus 7.5 would give me 33 5/10 inches squared. So my answer for the area of this rectangle is 33 5/10 inches squared. I'm hoping that you see that there's a lot of steps, but you just need to know how to interpret the diagram. We're going to do another example. The example we're going to do is right here, number 2. Right, this shape is a little bit harder. We need to do step 1. We need to break it apart into shapes. And they've done part of it for us, but they haven't done the whole thing. The part they've divided off is the first triangle over here. However, we don't know how to find the area of this shape here, so we need to figure out how to divide that into rectangles and triangles. I'm going to show you for this one. Pink. So, if we put a line down here, right here, then we have a rectangle on top and a triangle on the bottom, and we can use those to find the area. Now I'm going to number my shapes so that I have my different shapes. Let's call this shape 1, this shape 2, and this shape 3. Now we need to decide what we're going to add or subtract. Well, to find the area, we are going to add them all together. So our area is equal to the area of shape number 1 plus the area of shape number 2 plus the area of shape number 3. And this will be exactly like the last one where we need to find out the area of those 3 shapes. So let's start with the area of shape number 1. Well, this is a triangle. And so my formula or my equation for the area of a triangle is the base times the height divided by 2. So let's look at my triangle specifically. The base for our triangle is 2 meters. So our base is 2 times our height, which is 4, divided by 2. 2 times 4 is 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Don't forget your units, so it's 4 meters squared. We've got the area of shape 1. Now we need area of shape 2. Shape number 2 is over here. I'll highlight it, and it's a rectangle. And I know that the formula for the area of a rectangle is the length times the width. Our length and width are on here for us, so we don't need to worry about that. Our width is 2 and our length is 4, so our length is 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8, and our units meters squared. Alright, now times for area of shape number 3. It's a triangle, so we're going to do base times height divided by 2. Alright, now we need to make sure we have our measurements. I'm going to erase the stuff I have here so we can see it a little better. I need my line. Alright, we're looking at this triangle. We know that this side here is 4 meters long. But we only need the length of this part right here. To find the length of this part, I know that this is 2 meters. So however long this is must be 4 meters minus 2 meters. So this must be 2 meters. The last thing, this length here is the same as this length over here. So I know that this is 4 meters. What that tells me, the area has to be equal to the base, which is 2, times the height, which is 4, divided by 2. So 2 times 4 is 8, divided by 2 is equal to 4 meters squared. Now we just need to combine them back together. So area 1 is 4 meters squared, plus area 2, which is 8 meters squared, plus area 3, which is another 4 meters squared. 4 plus 8 is 12, plus 4 is 16. So the area of my shape is 16 meters squared. Let's do, or you're going to do one last example on your own. Press pause in the video. When you think you've got it, click play. I'll put the answer up here, but I won't go over how to do it. The test is to see if you've learned and you understand how to do it. If you make a mistake, feel free to watch another video again, double check it, ask a friend, and then if you still can't figure it out, feel free to ask me. So pause the video now and try to find the area of this shape on your own. Alright, now that you're checking your answer, the area of this shape is, the area is equal to 60 centimeters squared. If you got it correct, congratulations. If you're not correct, look back, try and figure out where you made your mistake. That's all for now. I'll see you later.